What's up, everyone? The beam is lit. The beam is lit right here. 127, 109. Sacramento beats the San Antonio Spurs. Fox's return. They spoiled his return. And the Kings played very well today, other than a sloppy little start. But other than that, the Kings took over. Naf, how you feeling tonight for a little casual Friday?
I'm looking forward to it, man. Is that really a Beam shirt? Is that a Light the Beam shirt? I didn't know it was a Light the Beam shirt. Oh
Yeah, we
man,
got the Kings. We got a little beam here.
you're getting
Shout out
into the
to
team
one of my
spirit
friends.
after that win. Made your boy Fox look mediocre, huh? In his
Yeah,
return.
he had a tough shooting stretch here today, but just want to throw it out there to everyone. This is a casual Friday. We're just going to be talking about the Kings Spurs game. And if you guys got any NBA questions at all, while we talk about the Kings Spurs, we'll answer them in a little bit here. So, any questions about the NBA, we'll discuss them, talk about them. Other than that, we're going to talk some Kings Spurs. And the Kings, for the most part, pretty much took over the game in the second quarter. They outscored the Spurs 36-16, and that's all due to Zach Lavine, who went just crazy.
That's
He's been shooting lights out.
crazy.
Like,
37, 11 from three, 36 points.
yeah,
Hey, he's been balling lately, huh?
he has been balling. And looking at his stats in the last 7 games, 28 of 45 from three, 62.2%. It's insane. He's just
Well, you
catching
said
fire.
28, 45, 62% from three?
Yeah, in his last 6 games.
Wow. And how many games
So,
has he played with Sacramento? Is that all with
uh,
Sac? That's
sorry.
how many games has he played with Sacramento? That's about that
Man,
much, right? Not many more than that.
add like five more, six more,
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like
like 10,
that.
11 games. He likes
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He's back home in Cali or something.
Yeah, it's the last six games, 48 of or sorry, 28 of 45 from three. He has been going crazy, and Fox just couldn't get a bucket today and couldn't make a three-pointer today as
Yeah,
usual.
perfect. Yep.
0 for 6 from three, and yeah, his shot selection. I mean, it's tough. I mean, their team is not that good right now. Losing Wemby, not a lot of
Yeah,
help
they don't
there.
have much. Castle, I think,
Yeah,
had a good game, 25 points. He
yeah.
was the leading scorer, but other than that, they didn't really get anything from Devin Vassell had shot 4 for 13. De'Aaron Fox shot 6 of 17. So no, not a good return for Fox.
And DeMar DeRozan going 8 for 19, 22 points. Keegan played actually pretty well. We got to give him props because he always has an up and down season. 19 points, 9 rebounds, three of seven from three. But I mean, the Kings shot very well from three. They shot 40% from 45% from three. And I mean, they just shot well. Zach Levine was definitely the big part of that second quarter, and they didn't turn the ball over. They out rebounded everyone. I mean, it was a pretty strengthened game for the most part, other than the first quarter where Spurs were leading by 6 to 8 points most of that quarter. So Kings took advantage of a bad team,
Yeah, exactly.
and they did what they had to do. But we could talk about a little bit of the booze or the no booze. I wasn't
Yeah,
at the game. I did say I was going to be at the game,
you lying to our fan base, man. We're
but
supposed to be reporting live from Golden One.
I know I was supposed to bring back some good content, but let's just say so. I got a friend, and he had a friend that had about 5, 6 tickets. One of them was saved for me, but apparently he did get scammed for the ticket.
Damned.
Yeah, he bought it from someone that he actually has bought tickets before, so it was a little odd. But I don't think the guy was knows how to deal with tickets or anything because he never got the tickets when he paid for them. He
Oh
was waiting till the
shit.
last day, so it didn't make
Okay.
sense. And then the guy was trying to transfer them, but he didn't realize that the tickets were sold on Ticketmaster already. So he was going
Oh
with Ticketmaster
wow.
and another spot. They got sold on Ticketmaster, so he double dipped basically.
So he was
Uh,
trying to sell tickets already sold on Ticketmaster.
Bingo.
Did he
And
not know or?
I guess, I mean, we don't know. I mean, he said he didn't know, but that's probably a lie or
Shady.
something.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
very
shady.
shady.
And so yeah, that's how it was. And the guy, my friend tried to call, like my friend's friend tried to call him out in the Facebook group where he's selling the tickets,
Hmm.
and the guy got mad at him for kind of calling him out. But I mean, you have to. You double dipped and you never gave him
Yeah,
the tickets. But anyway, it's just a little notice to everyone: be
yeah. Be
careful when you're
careful.
buying tickets online because you got to make sure they're legit.
Yeah, be safe out there buying tickets, everyone, especially in 2025. These things shouldn't happen, but you never know. There's still scammers out there.
Yeah,
Um,
there are scammers everywhere,
so be
man.
careful buying those Kings tickets. I know they're not the hottest commodity right now, but
Hey, we won the last
there's
5 out of
scammers
6 now.
everywhere.
Yeah,
On 5 of the last 6.
5 last 6, and, looks like so according I got people that were at the game, sources, and, they were saying that it would look like about 70% cheers for Fox in the opener lineup starting lineup call,
Hmm.
and, but, as far as him getting the ball every time, he was getting booed, and I like to see that every time he touches the ball, and, yeah, it was, and they did do a tribute video in the middle of the first quarter,
Yeah,
and he got mostly it was like 95% cheers for that 90-95. So
yeah,
I
that's
think
good. I
it
know
was
some people, Grant in particular, wasn't really pleased about the tribute video. Maybe we're just handing out tribute videos to
like
anyone these
easy.
days, but I think that really depends. I think Fox probably deserved the tribute video for what he was there 8 years, drafted fourth overall, let them stuck with you guys. Maybe the way he went out was sort of bittersweet, but I think he deserved the tribute video. I'm glad to hear that it was mostly cheers
Yeah,
and they were booing while he had the ball. So I like that. I like the boos. I like the boos while he had the ball. You
yeah,
still have to, you still have to have that intensity. Be a little feisty. Can't
yeah,
be all all sort of sunshine and rainbows. I mean, the guy still left you in the middle of the season, so now he's on the opposing team. So I think that sounds about right. I don't have too much problems with the tribute video. What about you?
yeah. I mean, I was a big proponent on other podcasts like If You Don't Like That with Grant and Rhino,
Yeah,
uh, and I was telling everyone and saying that hey, I think he does deserve a tribute video. You got to just be proud of the moment that we had with the playoffs, even though it is it's just a first round appearance, but just gotta kind of just to applaud him and taking us to playoffs for that 1 year and just move on. I mean, it's just it would have been a Bush League move, I think, if they didn't do a tribute video and just look
yeah,
bad on the organization if they didn't do that. I
yeah.
mean,
No, definitely.
he
And
played there for
you want that rep as an organization. You take care of your players while they're there.
yeah,
But no, I also see his point where they're just giving tribute videos to anyone. I mean, okay, see, giving tribute videos to Josh Giddey when go down. I don't know about that. I don't know if that happened, but we're talking about players like that. 2-3 seasons and then they leave. Then yeah, I don't know about tribute videos for situations like that. But I think Fox deserved it for his time in Sacramento. I think he was also he did a lot for the community, if I'm not
hmm
mistaken.
hmm
So I think it was well deserved.
yeah, like you said, it was just a little bit at the end. I know he's talking a little, kind of chuckling about us as an organization at the end, and just kind of just not being too genuine of why he was leaving, stuff like that. But uh,
Yeah.
it
What do you
was
think about the comments that came out today about him leaving because Mike Brown got fired and whatnot?
Yeah, a lot of stuff about the Kings. Sam Amick wrote a bunch of information on stuff. I'll say
Yeah.
nothing surprised me. The Mike Brown stuff was out there before, and he didn't like that Brown got fired, and he was pretty upset at that because he really had a bond with him. But I
Yeah.
do know that there were multiple other Kings players on the team that did not like Mike Brown, and that like Sabonis. Sabonis is definitely one of them. He was pretty vocal about it. Kevin Herter, I think, is another guy, which is surprising because
He got traded.
Mike Brown kind of stuck with him and started him for as long as he could. And even though he was getting flack for it, because a lot of people want Keon to start, but he kept Kevin Herter on the starting lineup. And then As for
So,
Mike Brown,
mhm.
just yeah, I mean, like, yeah, there's other players on the team. Like, I don't know if DeMar was fully with Brian Brown and stuff like that, but yeah, nothing surprising from the article. Uh, Fox, I mean, it's just so much to unpack because he said so many different things, and the Kings
Yeah, I'll
did
read
his,
the quote here. He says, "You fire the coach and you don't do an interview, so all the blame was on me. I felt at the time the organization didn't have my back."
yeah, the interview part, not doing an interview in a press conference about the firing is an absolute embarrassment for the Kings
Mm.
organization to not do that. That
Yeah,
is
what's the what why didn't they do that? Do you know? Do
I
you have
I,
any
I
clue?
have I don't know if they have a spine. I don't know. I think I can't remember. I gotta look up what it was, but I'll look it up in a second. But
Yeah.
Mike Malone had a comment
Right,
about it
right.
happened, and he said it perfectly.
Yeah, he was going at the organization a little. Former coach of the Kings,
Hmm.
so he knows how it feels to get fired by them, and then he goes on to win a championship. So
Yeah,
that's another bad move by the organization, and it's just not a good look.
yeah. Just looking it up here, Mike Malone said, "No class, no balls," and that's just
No
I guess
class, no balls. That's that's
that's
something.
the organization as the storyline for them for their entire time as a owned by the Vivek Oranadive era. But
Right.
it is what it is, and we now it's time to move on. We finally closed the chapter a little bit with this game, I think, and I don't. Hopefully, Kings fans don't really bring up De'Aaron Fox anymore. It's done. We got a new team. Zach Lavine hopefully is doing well and carrying us to a playoff spot.
Yeah. What about the recent report too about Sabonis wants clarity for the
Yeah,
Kings in
that's a
the
little
offseason?
scary. That's a little scary.
I
We
think
just
that's sort of this is sort of the beginning of Sabonis being shipped out in the offseason, which I think is the right move for you guys.
I know you want us to reset, and that's
Yep.
definitely would be part of the plan. But I don't know what we'll see. It just everything was so vague in there in that article, and I know he wants some clarity. I think everybody on the team would want clarity on where everything's heading. But I think if the Sabonis makes playoffs, if the Kings make playoffs, I don't think there's much to discuss. I mean, what does he want? We're to make the championship team in 2 seconds. We
Yeah.
we fired we fired the coach that he didn't want.
Yeah, exactly. You fired I mean, like you just said he liked Mike Brown, so they
Yeah,
fired or he didn't like Mike
didn't
Brown.
like Mike
So
Brown. Yeah,
they fired the coach that he didn't like. They brought in Lavine. That's a win
yeah,
now player. Brought in DeRozan. That's a win now player.
yep.
So I don't know what Sabonis is looking for the Kings to do in the offseason that could really make you guys a contender. I don't know any moves off the top of my head.
Yeah,
Um,
the only thing would be to trade the first round picks that we might, if we're most likely, if we're a top 10 team in the West, we're going to lose our pick, and that'll go to Atlanta,
yeah,
and that will be then we'll be allowed to use our first round picks because our first round picks have been handcuffed for quite a while since since it hasn't conveyed yet. So it'll convey this year most likely, and uh, I don't know if Sabonis just wants the team to just trade every asset they can to get a good player. So we'll see. I mean, it's it's just tough to bring all that stuff today while this Kings game, Spurs game is going on, and we got like what 20, 15, 20 games left to the playoffs. That's a
yeah,
bigger deal. So just
yeah,
gotta
exactly.
now.
And then looking at the standings here, you guys jump up to ninth after today, 33 and 29. Looks like you're going to finish in the top 10 with that
Mm-hmm.
Suns versus Nuggets crazy game.
Mm. You want
Um,
to share that?
the standings?
Yeah,
Yeah,
take a
hopefully
look
my screen doesn't go blurry like last time. I apologize about my potato screen last time. I
at
guess
it.
when I shared my screen, my quality was just garbage, so that's why we didn't really share any clips on the socials. But this time around, stick around, write some comments. We'll make sure to get you guys on all the
Yeah,
socials.
well, while you do that, just letting everyone know we are taking NBA questions. So any NBA questions, this is a casual Friday. If you guys got any questions, write them in the chat, and we'll take them. Lots of stuff to talk about in the NBA.
Yes, sir. Been a wild week in the association, but here's the West right now. Kings looking good, sitting at 33 and 29. Um, yeah, and then the Suns. I mean, so the pick you really won't convey unless you finish below 10, correct? So
The
right now,
pick will go to Atlanta as long as we're in the top 10.
exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, and right now the Suns are 29 and 34, 5 games behind in the loss column. So
Yeah.
I think the Kings. I don't know if they have odds on that actually, like play-in odds, but I
Mhm.
think the Kings are a lock pretty much to finish in the top. I'm not a lock, but they have good chances to finish in that top 10. So it looks like the pick is going to the Hawks.
Yeah, it's and a pretty good draft too, is what I'm hearing. I haven't done my
Yeah,
draft
yeah.
research yet.
I haven't gone into the draft stuff yet, but I'm hearing it's a very good draft this year.
Yeah.
A little top heavy, but still even it's still deep is what I'm hearing. So hopefully we'll get some draft experts on too as we get
Yes.
near and March Madness too. That'd be good viewing for to catch up on some prospects, see how they play. March Madness always. I mean, it's not something that you should completely put all your eggs in one basket just because it's a one single elimination tournament.
Right.
But it's nice. It's nice to see how the prospects do in high intensity situations,
Oh yeah.
high pressure
In real
situations,
game
games like
time.
that.
Yeah. Um, do you think the Suns? I think the Suns looking pretty good. They almost beat Denver today. We could talk about that game real quick.
What a
Um,
game! What
we
a
got a
game!
30-20-20 game by Jokic.
Yep.
If you want to zoom in a little bit,
Yeah.
uh, sometimes I think it's a little hard for when I've seen it. But let's just take a look at Jokic's stat line because it's never been done. It's
Yep.
absolutely never been done.
So if you look at the Joker here, first time.
31.
I was surprised when I heard that. Were you surprised that was the first time in
Yeah,
NBA
I
history?
thought it. Yeah, I agree
I
with you.
thought Westbrook or I don't know Duncan, Wilt, LeBron. I thought
Yeah,
one of them would have had a 30-20-20 game.
yeah, I agree with you. I thought someone's had it before as
Yeah, but
well.
look at these numbers, man. 31, 21, and 22. That's insane. 22 assists, most assists for a center in NBA history, by the way.
That's crazy. I think I feel like so he pretty much was involved in every play of the game at this like he must have had a shot, an assist, or a rebound to get to the. So,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just
18 to 22. He must have been mad after you guys locked him up. Sacramento locked him up the other day, so he got his revenge on the Suns, which is Suns don't have a center, so that's the team. So that's a team he's gonna cook.
Yes.
So it
Um,
helps my that's why Joker it helps
yeah.
my
I was about
MVP prediction.
I was about to say, I think, I mean, I still think Shea's still a clear favorite, but I did see that the odds went a little bit higher for Jokic. I think it was like plus 500 or something or 600 when we were talking. Now it's like plus 450.
I don't think
So,
I don't think this is gonna swing the pendulum into Jokic's direction. He needs a few more of these because it's not like Shea has been ghosting. He's still
right.
scoring 40, 50. So man, what a game though. I
I
can't
mean,
believe that
Christian
KD open
Brown.
on that 1.4. That was
Oh, yeah.
a
The Kevin Durant three
communication
pointer.
or something.
I just can't believe they got a pass in plus a shot in 1.4
Yeah,
seconds.
1.4 seconds. They got a pass and a shot in 1.4 seconds. I don't know. Two people don't need to close out on Booker in that situation.
Yeah. I think you could stop sharing. I think I could see us, dude.
Oh yeah. Sorry, forgot I was sharing my window. I just want to make sure since I shared last time that
Yeah, it looks good.
my
No, you're
potato
looking fine
quality
right now.
screen, my
But yeah,
potato.
Christian Brown looks like he had a good game. He's been playing well this season with 25 points. Um, man, Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix has been playing better. I think they're going to creep up and get that 10th spot.
Think so? That's a
I
bold
mean,
prediction, man.
they're 2 games away,
Well,
and
yeah.
Dallas, I think, is not going to win that many more games.
Yeah, that's true. I think they could. I think they can jump Dallas. They have been playing a lot better in the past two
Yeah,
games. Dallas lost today to Memphis, but Dallas actually played hard today.
man, it's gonna be a 1 game difference because uh, the strength of schedule is pretty big
That's
difference.
right. The third strength of schedule for the
Yeah,
the
which
good team.
strength of schedule, for those who don't know, is how tough the schedule is for the NBA team coming up here. And I'll share this screen real quick right here for the remaining strength of schedule. Um, and I'll zoom in here. Phoenix is the highest at 59, which is a crazy, like that's a 4.5% difference. And a
Hmm.
4.5% difference between two and another team is I'll have to go down.
That's insane. Yeah. So the difference between 1 and 2. Oh
Sorry
man,
about
we're struggling with our share screening today. We're not on our A game.
that.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so 3.5% difference between 1 and 2. If you do the 3.5% difference, you're getting about the eighth or ninth.
Yeah. So
Uh,
the difference between 1 and 2 is the same as the difference between 2 and 8.
yeah, exactly.
So
Let's look at
19
Dallas.
games left. Strength of schedule. Yeah.
Dallas has the 23rd easiest schedule. They got two against San Antonio. Sixers is a big easy game now. Orlando's still decent. You never know with them. And Bulls, but yeah, I mean Phoenix still has a couple easy
Yeah. I
games.
mean, you, yeah, you really just have to look at the teams that are rolling over. I think Philadelphia, dead. We could bury them 6 feet under. So
Yeah.
they're rolling over. San Antonio, I think De'Aaron Fox actually has an issue with his finger, right? He said he's gonna get
All
surgery.
year. I think he'll be getting surgery soon. I
He's
think they're
getting
just gonna.
surgery, so I think he's a candidate to be shut down.
I think he will be.
Yeah, I
uh,
think he'll be shut
I
down.
think he'll be.
I thought he might be shut down today, but he played that game in
To try
Sacramento.
to troll the Kings fans.
Yeah, so I mean, so maybe that was just he just wanted to play that game in Sac, and then he'll be shut down. But
Yeah.
the Spurs will always play hard. I think they won't be a team that will roll over. I
Oh,
think
you don't
they'll
think you think they'll let Fox keep playing?
no, I think they'll shut him down. But I
Uh,
think they still have some pieces. They have Devin Vassell,
yeah.
Stephon Castle. I think they still have some pieces to compete, and I don't think they're a team that just quits and rolls over.
Yeah. Today, I mean Dallas. I was watching a little bit of that Memphis Dallas game, and it was close
It was
for
close.
a decent amount of the game until, um, I mean, actually, the Memphis won 122. Let me share the screen here.
Desmond
One
Bain
point.
had 16 rebounds.
Oh wow. But
Yeah.
if Memphis is won by 11, but it looks like Memphis came back 16. So Dallas is up 5 going into the fourth.
Well, Memphis also Triple J didn't play this game.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but Dallas could have been a team that another team that talking about speaking of shutting it down, they could be a
Yeah.
candidate for that. But then there was reports today about Anthony Davis ramping up,
Oh
maybe
wow.
coming back soon. So I don't
Ooh,
know.
that might change my pick for Sun.
Yeah, I
If he's
think they
coming
said
back,
that they want to see like how the next few games go, maybe how the standings look.
yeah.
They played well today though, but
Dang, Najee Marshall with 29 and
that's
17.
that's crazy. 29 and 17
Yeah,
for
that's like, I
Najee
mean,
Marshall.
you don't expect that type of game. He's usually just like a semi 3 and D guy, but
Yeah,
Clay Thompson still can't get a bucket in the ocean right now with no help. I mean, he's actually been shooting. Oh, Spencer Dinwiddie had an awful game. He's usually the guy that takes over for the Mavericks when they don't got
Brandon Williams
anybody.
had a good game.
Yeah,
Brandon Williams he had a good game.
but for the most part, I think he has
I
been
mean, that's another thing. Are you going to get these games from Najee Marshall and Brandon Williams?
all the time. Yeah,
Probably not.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants to share their questions here, we got a lot of viewers right now. I know they've been dying to share their questions.
Come on up.
Come on up, share them. We've been waiting for some good questions, and
Yeah.
it'll be a good time if anyone wants to share some questions. But
Yeah, looking at the
I think since no one's asking a question, let's get to the big topic of yesterday, And that's LeBron James going up to Stephen A. Smith.
Oh, here we go. Now we're
You're the Lakers
talking.
fan expert here. You're the Lakers fan. You're the expert in LA, in La La Land. What happened, and what's your thoughts on it?
Yeah, so this started a while ago when Stephen A on First Take was saying that he was basically calling out LeBron, saying that to protect Bronny, not let him come in games, reading his averages on ESPN, saying he's averaging 0.4 points, 0.2 assists.
Mm-hmm.
So that pretty much I think got Braun mad. But I don't think I mean if you watch the video on First Take, I don't think Stephen A said anything crazy. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think he went out of line or anything. But I think in my opinion both sides were a little wrong on this one.
Mm-hmm.
They should both take blame. I think Braun, putting on a little fake tough guy act in front of the fans. He said he did it in the middle of the game. It wasn't even
Yeah.
at the end of the game or anything. So I think it was a little fake tough guy act by Braun going up to Stephen A, put him on the spot like that. And then Stephen A got mad. He was saying, "Give me a phone call." I have Rich Carter's number when he went on his show today, saying, and Stephen A kind of backtracked a little. He was taking blame too. He was like, I understand what LeBron did as a father
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. I think both sides were I think they're blowing this out of proportion, to be honest.
Yeah.
Do you have any opinions on this situation?
Yeah. I got some opinions. LeBron had to do it. He's the father of the guy. He just wants to show some. It is kind of what you're saying, fake toughness guy, but he did need to just show his son that, hey, I got your back. So I get it from his point of view, even though, you know, it was kind of whatever, but like he still has to just do it for his son.
Yeah,
So on that point, it's fine. And Stephen A. Going on it, I mean, it's his job to talk about this kind of stuff. He's the most popular player of all time, and it's his son, so you're going to be talking about him. And LeBron was the one that brought him to the Lakers. LeBron
yeah,
was the one
exactly.
that drafted him earlier and was barely getting any minutes
Yeah, I mean,
anyway.
LeBron's also said some stuff like, his spot was given, not earned. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got to face reality a little. You don't have to. I mean, it's okay. I have nothing wrong with getting your son in the league. He did,
Yeah.
what any
We would do
father
it
would
too.
do. But
Yep.
you don't have to start throwing out stuff saying it was earned, not given.
Yeah.
Come on, but I mean, yeah, I'm trying. I mean, yeah, I think they both to blame. I think also LeBron has to realize like Bronny's in the league now. This is just
Yeah.
part of the
So
league.
this
It's
is
part of the association. You're gonna get criticism. They
right.
criticize everyone, and negativity brings in the ratings. And
Yeah.
Braun's name brings in the ratings, so that's what they're gonna talk about. I think if I was Braun, I would. I mean, I understand. He was trying to protect Bronny a little, but if I was Braun, yeah, I see why he confronted him. But I think I would have just either done it behind the scenes or just let it be. Because Bronny's part of the league now. Like I said, he's gonna get criticized.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning. He's a rookie, so I mean, if you think this is something, just wait until 3, 4, 5 years down the line. Everything Bronny does is gonna be hyper analyzed. So.
Yeah, I got to give some props to Bronny a little bit. I mean, for someone that is the son of LeBron James, I feel like he takes it pretty well. He seems like a good kid. Everyone says he's a good kid. He looks like he works hard. He's just maybe obviously he's not maybe talented enough, but for the most part, I think Bronny has taken the NBA spotlight pretty well. I mean, he almost couldn't even play another game. I had friends that were doctors that were speculating that he might not play another game in the NBA.
Oh
So I
wow.
mean, he was close. He was close to what that heart problem he had is nothing to skip over. But
Yeah.
at
And
the
I
end of the day, Bronny's been a good guy, and I think he can handle it. To be fair, I mean, he's handled a lot of stuff. He must have handled so much stuff that we don't even know about. That's even worse than Stephen A.
Yeah,
Smith.
definitely. Yeah, I think Bronny, honestly, out of the three, handled it the best.
Yeah,
Better than LeBron and Stephen A. He's just staying quiet, hooping, doing his job. Bronny's handled I'll give credit to Bronny. He's handled it better than both of them, and he's 19, 18, better than
now that
both
I'm
of them adults.
yeah, now that I'm talking it out a little bit, I wonder if Bronny got tilted at Stephen A. Smith, so he told his dad, and
Oh, you're saying Bronny went to his daddy? Bronny
I don't know if he
daddy?
told him.
I don't
I don't
think
know if he
so. I
told.
don't think Bronny's that type of guy.
Yeah,
I think LeBron, to be honest, he's he likes the limelight. I don't care
Yeah,
what
yeah,
he says. I mean, last time he said that he didn't want to be the face of the league. Like, come on, man. Everyone knows
yeah,
you were coming up. You're doing the decision. He wanted to be the face of the league, the chosen one
yeah,
on Sports Illustrated coming out. Like, it was clear LeBron wanted to be the face of the league. So I don't know why he says stuff like this. That's clearly. I mean, he does have that rep of being a liar. So
yeah,
but yeah, I think he just was sort of putting on a fake tough guy act, wanted the
yeah.
spotlight a little, and then Stephen A was. I mean, Stephen A. If you watch the video, I don't know if you've seen the first take video. He's kind of saying what you're saying. Bronny's a good kid. He was giving credit. It wasn't anything. I don't think it was anything egregious.
Hmm.
So I don't understand why Braun is so mad, especially when there's been other analysts and stuff that say stuff worse. He doesn't attack him, so I don't know why he singled out Stephen A. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tricky situation between the two.
Yeah. And then let's get to this one. I didn't really follow it that much. I'm not sure if you did or not, but there was a little feud with Kendrick and Charles Barkley. I know Kendrick
Yeah,
said some stuff on Twitter about Charles, and Charles got a little upset about it. What's going on there?
yeah,
I don't know what's happening.
yeah. You're not in the loop. So yesterday, Charles Barkley went on TNT and basically called Kendrick a clown. Straight up name dropped him. He
For
said
what?
that for saying that the Lakers have saved the league. Because Kendrick a couple of days ago went on I think NBA Today and he was saying, "Oh, the Lakers have saved the league. This turnaround." And then Charles Barkley was like, "Yeah, there's this clown on another network that was saying that the Lakers saved the league." And then Kendrick pretty much got on Twitter and was saying, "This is my address." He was calling him an old man. It's kind of crazy because Inside the NBA is going to ESPN next year, so they should
Yeah.
probably figure that beef out before they
Oh,
join.
that's a good point.
But anyway, Chuck was saying that there's he was Chuck has kind of been anti-Lakers. He gets that
Yeah.
rep. He hates the Lakers. He's saying because the other day he was saying that he doesn't think they can win a title. He said all this past 2 weeks, like let's give it
Just
some
recency
time.
bias. Yeah.
Yeah. He's saying it's recency bias. He was saying the Lakers. He didn't put them in that championship contender category.
Yeah.
So I think both of them here. It's another situation where they're both going a little too far.
Hmm.
Um, so Chuck is pretty much saying that the Lakers can't win a title. Kendrick's over here saying the Lakers saved the league. So it's like it's a little extreme on both ends.
Yeah.
So
And what
yeah.
Charles like? Kendrick put his address so Charles can fight him and go to his place or something.
Kendrick was saying, next time I'm gonna see you, this is my address. Maybe I could pull up the tweet here. We could read it, and then they're just kind of going back and forth a little, and then yeah, and then on Inside the NBA a little, they're just clowning him. They're clowning Chuck.
Yeah.
So let me see if I could pull up the tweet here.
We got his address. He posted the address, right?
No,
Where
no, he
where's
didn't say his address. He just said, come meet me. Hey, at NBA on TNT. Let me share my screen here. Let me share this tweet here so
yeah,
you
pretty
can
big
read it.
beef. It's I wonder if it will roll over to when they
Yeah.
connect, like you said, ESPN together.
So hey, at NBA TNT might want to tell that senior citizen Charles Barkley that I'll be around when you see an idiot or fool in person. Make sure he keep that same energy. He can come playing with me if he want to, and I'm gonna address his ass like the numbers on a house. Straight from the 409 homeboy, and we bar none and fade all. Hashtag Texas boy. So yeah, it looks like he wants to throw hands or something.
Yeah, Kendrick is I'm not gonna lie, I think Kendrick is a clown. I don't like most of his coverage on anything. I think he just says a bunch of stuff to get clicks and he tries pretty hard to get clicks.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree. I
uh,
agree.
yeah, I like Charles Barkley. He's been around for a long time. We've seen him inside the NBA. He's funny. He's honest. He's genuine. He seems he knows his analysis. The biggest crap I give Charles for is when he was talking about a shooting team is not going to win a championship, and
Yeah,
that got cooked
yeah.
pretty.
He got
In
cooked that year. That was I think
yeah,
2015, right?
yeah, he
The
got cooked
Warriors
very
won.
hard.
Yeah,
And that was probably his lowest moment, or like as an analyst kind of thing. I mean, he said some whack stuff. I think he said the Kings were going to beat the Warriors in the 2023, so that cost us a little bit. But other than that, I think Kendrick. I'm always going to be on Charles' side if it's a Kendrick versus Charles. Kendrick is just a clown, and he just tries to get views, and I don't even know what he says half the time. He mumbles a lot and like just says a bunch
Yeah.
of jargon.
No, I agree. I'm not a big fan of Kendrick. But I agree with your notion that Chuck is probably the best, most entertaining, at least, analyst in the NBA.
Yeah,
So I agree with a lot of his takes. I know he has a rep of being too negative,
right.
and he does have a lot of harsh takes. Like he said, the Warriors came when we're shooting. I think he said the same in 2022 when they won.
Yeah,
I said he thought that the Warriors couldn't win that year either. So I definitely agree with Chuck. I don't think the notion that he's too harsh on players.
yeah,
I don't agree with that. I think he just calls it how he sees it. And then I feel like Kendrick has agendas. He's played with LeBron before, came
yeah,
out in the same class as LeBron. I think he sort of pushes what maybe Clutch wants him to say or something.
yeah. But yeah, Flores. Talking about Abu, my cockatiel, got it right on the money. He knew exactly the type of bird. He's mad about Fox's turn. Yeah, I think he's singing because he's so happy that the Kings won today.
Yeah,
But if you guys didn't hear earlier in the show, we're just doing a little casual Friday. If anyone has any NBA questions, throw them at us.
here's your question.
I
Yeah,
know Bob wants to know about who's the other Mario. It's his name is Luigi in
Luigi.
green.
Oh,
Not,
Luigi.
not,
Yeah.
not sure why he's asking that question,
We're
but
getting trivia over here. We're getting
yeah,
casual Friday night trivia.
didn't know we're doing a little Nintendo action here
Doing all the
tonight.
trivia night.
But yeah, any questions from the NBA? We're just going over some topics like some of the beefs, LeBron versus Stephen A. Talking a
Yeah.
little bit of Charles versus
Chuck versus
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
Is there any
Fox
more
versus
beefs?
the Kings.
Yes, Fox versus the
we didn't
King.
talk about the Kings game at the top here.
Yeah,
So we did just sort of touch on Fox's return. Zay said it was about 70-30% pro cheers,
mhm.
and that they booed him every time he touched the ball, which I'm happy to hear.
Yeah,
Let's get a little bit of negativity going. It's good for the league. It's good for the sport. Can't
yes,
be all sunshine and rainbows with Fox. He still left you guys in the middle of the season.
yeah.
He still did drop some quotes saying that he was only going to one place today. We did talk about that Mike Brown quote.
Yeah, I was happy with everything that happened with the Fox stuff. I mean, 70-80% cheers is what I would hope and expect. If I was there, I wouldn't have booed, but I would have just sat in my chair and just clapped. And I would have clapped for the tribute video. I did want a tribute video for Fox, like we mentioned earlier, just save some face, or not save some face, but the organization would look bad. And I think we should applaud like his year.
You would have booed if you touched it. What about when you touched the ball? Would you have booed?
Uh, yeah, not every time. Not every time, but I think I would have booed here and there. I mean, he's on the other team now. We gotta give him some crap for it a little bit. So
Yeah.
let's see here. Flores, did you be here? Brunson's out for 2 weeks at least.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
When do you guys play?
we play him on Monday, so he will
He's
not be
out.
playing.
It's going to be rough for New York without Brunson. I don't know if you watched the game against us yesterday against the Lakers, but once Brunson went out, it was they had no offense.
Yeah.
They had no offense.
Cody, we got a question from Cody here. You happy to see Lavine over Fox of the Kings? I mean, for me, I still would rather have Fox than Lavine. I think every NBA team would, to be honest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think Fox is struggling right now for this year because of his finger and issue. I mean, it's like this is how his finger is. So, and he's got to he's had it taped up all year. So I give him a little bit of some flack, and I'll give him some excuse for it for this year. I still rather have Fox, but I'm not gonna. Lavine's been playing great. He's been absolutely playing great right now, and I think I said at the top, 28 of 45 from three, 62% in the last 6 games from three for Lavine. He's shooting lights out. And that's probably one of the best.
That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, and that's one of the best. That's probably my favorite thing for Lavine over Fox.
But there has to be regression. That's obviously gonna regress. He's not gonna be shooting 60% from three.
Right.
So I think
Yeah. We've
I
been
think
playing
Lavine
some
will come down to earth a little.
because we've been playing some easier teams. I mean, we've played in the last 6 games. I don't have it. Well, I gotta check in a second here,
Yeah,
but
yeah. But I think yeah, I agree with you. Fox over Lavine, but Fox has that injury, that finger injury. I mentioned earlier, he's probably going to get shut down soon
mhm,
because of that injury, and the Spurs really have no hopes of making the play-in. And why would they want to make the play-in when they could get a higher pick and just keeps loading up these lottery picks?
right.
So he'll probably be shut down soon. He shot 0 for 6 from three today. It wasn't a happy return for Fox.
Yeah, it's let's see. So yeah, Levine has played in the last 6 games. Charlotte, this is an easy game. Utah's an easy game. Houston's a tough game. That was a good win. Dallas was kind of easy because no Kyrie and AD, and then Denver was tough, and San Antonio was easy. So most easy, but he's still been playing very well. Um, that championship run for the Kings, yeah. I mean for
Knicks.
the Knicks.
Well, I
Um,
don't think the Knicks. I don't think the Knicks were ever real contenders, but yeah,
yeah,
I mean Brunson will come back. He'll come back for the
yeah,
playoffs,
for the
so
playoffs.
we'll see.
Let's see. Flores saying Levine a true all star though. Fox is borderline all star.
What does that
Um,
mean, Flores? What's that? You
well,
got
no,
you got the what's the difference between a true all star and a borderline all star?
I think he's saying because I think what Levine's been an all star twice versus Fox was once, and that was off the injury report. I want to say that's the
Yeah,
uh,
but look at the age difference.
yes, not
So I
only
guess
age
I
difference,
guess
but I feel like in the conference, Western Conference is a little tougher to become an all
that's
star with
true.
so many good
That's
point
true.
guards. But
That's
yes,
true.
Levine was an all star in Chicago in 2001 and 22. Um,
Mhm.
and he has, I mean, I guess just based on technicality, yeah, that is true. Levine is a true all star versus Fox, but
He
there's
does
probably a
have
little bit
more.
of context on that.
Yeah, he does have more all star appearances.
Yeah, we'll see if Fox will get any more with San Antonio, but the West is tough, man. I mean, look at all the guards of the last like 5 years with in the West. What? There was Westbrook, there was Curry,
Murray,
there's Shea, um,
a lot of pretty
Kyrie.
good. Kyrie,
I'm going
it's
through the
tough,
West.
man. It's tough. But I think the Aaron attaching himself to Wemby is smart, and I think I
Yeah,
expect
Mike and
them to make at least one more all star team. I guess they're only two
right.
years apart, so man, Zach Levine's just been in the league forever.
Out of UCLA.
Yeah,
Like we said at the top, guys, if you guys have any NBA questions, it's just a casual Friday. If you guys have any NBA questions we want to discuss, talk about, throw it at us. We've been talking a lot of Kings. We've been talking about all the beefs. We should have called it Beef Friday or something.
I
With
know. Beef
Kendrick.
Friday. Beef Friday would have been a good one.
Uh,
Like some general storylines in the league. We talked about Jokic's first ever to drop 30, 20, 20.
right.
Most assists ever for a center. But man, just look around, looking at the box scores of the association today. I mean, the Knicks
Oh,
lost
here we
today
go.
to the Clippers.
We got a question from Flores. Going back to LeBron James, do you guys think he was right to approach San Antonio or Stephen A. Smith like he
Oh
did?
yeah, Forrest must have missed. We just talked about that, but we
Yeah,
could we could talk about it again.
yeah,
Um, my take was I don't think he should have approached him in the middle of the game like that. I thought it was a little fake tough guy act from LeBron. A little he's always been a little media attention seeking. So, in my opinion, he should have done it like Stephen A. was saying. Stephen A. was saying, he had Rich Paul's number. He should have done it behind the scenes if he was that offended by it. I've never seen LeBron do that to anyone else in the media, so it was a little out of nowhere. And if you watch Stephen A.'s video, I don't even think Stephen A. went out of line too far. He was giving credit to Bronny and stuff. I guess he was trying to give advice to LeBron and stuff, telling him to not play him and stuff. So maybe he took that the wrong way. But yeah, I don't agree with I don't agree with the approach LeBron took. What about you?
and this guy's a Lakers fan, so he's not biased.
I am a
He's not
Lakers
trying to be
fan.
biased.
I'm
But
not
yeah,
biased, never
I'm
biased.
I'm trying to. I'm kind of on the same wavelength as you. I think Stephen A. Smith is just doing his job. If it's the son of the most famous NBA player ever, and so he's going to just talk and get some clicks that way. But I don't fault LeBron for talking to him. He just probably should have done it after the game, uh, and stuff like that. But I have a hot take is that I think maybe Bronny mentioned it to LeBron and said, "Hey, man,
Yeah,
like I kind of didn't like what Stephen A. Smith's been talking about me. I think
no, I don't. I disagree. I don't think.
I don't think he told him, hey, like go talk to him, Dad. Like I don't think he
No,
did
I
that, but
don't think he ran to daddy, bro. He's 18, 19. I don't think he's running to daddy, bro. He's not 8 years old.
he's not running to him, but he probably mentioned it, and LeBron wanted to just protect his son a little bit. How about
I think
that?
Bronny's a chill dude. I don't think he really cared, to be honest. Like I said earlier, I think he's the one that handles this situation the best out of all three of them, and he's not even an adult yet. So
Yeah.
he's
I
still
will say
teenager.
Bronny's probably gone
Crazy.
through way worse. He's probably gone through way worse like stuff like throughout
Yeah,
his life, like
exactly. He
talk,
has. He's actually gone through a lot.
yeah, kids talking
So
crap about him,
shout out
stuff like
Bronny.
that. Let's get to the next question here. Cody, would you be interested in the Kings acquiring Devin Booker, and
Mm,
what would we be willing to give up?
that's a good question. What do you think?
Uh, I like Devin Booker. I wouldn't mind if he's on the Kings, but we'd have to trade. Man, we would have to trade probably a couple picks and Monk or something. We have too many guards already. We got Carter, Malik, Lavine, DeMar. Those are our top four guards. Fultz, I'm not going to count. So those are our top four guards. So we got to get rid of those to get minutes for Booker. Oh, and Keon. Sorry, Keon. Um, so we have five guards. DeMar is kind of like a guard. He plays small forward, so he's like that. But
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know. Like if you're trying to get Devin Booker, I have to look at the salaries, but it might have to be like a
it would
DeMar
have to be a
plus
lot of
Monk.
picks. It would have to be a lot of first round picks,
Yeah,
multiple, like 3 to 4 first round picks, and then
right.
probably Devin Carter or
Yeah,
Keegan Murray, someone young, because
we
the
can't we
Suns aren't
can't
going to
we,
want to take Lavine or DeRozan back.
we can't trade Murray because he's our only wing. I know Cody mentioned that. No Keegan Murray. It's just not possible. We can't trade Keegan Murray because he's our only wing, and we have so many guards already. It's just too much. Like with Carter, Ellis, Monk, Levine. Um, yeah, it would have to be like Monk, DeMar, Carter, and like two firsts. That's at the minimum.
Well, DSC's over here saying Sabonis for Booker, but the Suns aren't going to
Yeah,
want to take Sabonis back. You also have to look at it from the Suns' angle. If they're
yeah,
trading Booker, they're likely resetting, blowing
yeah.
it up. So I think they're going to take picks, and I think at minimum 4 first round picks, and then they want young players, so maybe 4 first round picks, Keon Ellis, Devin Carter. It's going to be a combo of first round picks and Keon Ellis, Devin Carter, Keegan Murray for Devin Booker. But then again, yeah, like you said, that would be a weird fit with DeMar and Levine. I'll flip it the other way. Would you rather trade for someone mentioned in our previous episode, maybe Zion Williamson instead of Devin Booker? What do you think?
Yeah, that's interesting. If you want to just take a flyer, I wouldn't want to spend too much on him. I'm not going to trade like too much. Like I think they want like a bunch of first rounders. They want probably Malik. They probably want Keegan, Devin Carter. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see it. I'm trying to make a trade right now here for Cody.
Are you in
Uh,
the trade machine?
yeah, I'm doing it
Oh,
as we
yes,
speak
yeah.
right now. Um,
I think,
and
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I think going back to the Zion thing, I think Zion is 24 years old. If you've been watching him lately, he looks like he's in the best shape of his life. I mentioned his per 36 minutes. He was averaging around 31 points, 8 rebounds, and whatnot last time. So I think if Zion is on the market at all, if I was Sacramento, I would take a good hard look at it. And I think that would also the fans. Zion is he brings in the fans himself. So you want to talk about the fans? You're talking about making the playoffs for one season just for the fans. So imagine what Zion can do. I think Zion. I would much rather have Zion than Booker. 4 years younger. He looks good. He looks like he's in the best shape he's been in recently, and he's on a really bad Pelicans team right now.
I got a trade
So
here. We got a trade here.
let's both share
I
your
did it
screen.
on
Let's
the.
see it.
I did it live. I did it absolutely live. It would be something like this, where you get. I mean, this is I think what the Kings would give up the most for, in my opinion. Maybe they could add another first round pick. That'd be a lot, but I think this is what the something like this would have to give up. Devin Carter, which is technically like a first rounder, two other firsts, Malik, who's like a pretty good like player right now. He's young, 26 year old. And
Oh,
then
you got the
DeMar just
salaries to match too. Nice.
yeah, I did it like ASAP, man. This is one of my
That's,
favorite things to
look at
do is
that,
NBA
man.
trades.
We
This
gotta,
is
we're gonna start doing this a lot more. Devin Booker for DeMar, Malik, Devin Carter, 2027 and the 2029 first rounder. Man,
I think it's like that's like
that's
what a
overpay
Kings.
in my opinion. What do you think?
Whoa, that's an overpay. I think I could see that for sure. It just depends what the market is. I mean, a lot of teams would want him though, don't you think?
Yeah, but what's Devin Booker and Zach Lavine realistically as a backcourt with Sabonis? I guess you do keep Sabonis in that deal,
Yeah,
so you would be have so the lineup, and you keep Keegan Murray, so it would be a lineup of Booker, Lavine, Keegan,
right.
Sabonis, and I don't know who else
I
that
think
would
it's a
be.
fair trade because Devin Carter doesn't look that great. Monk is still good, but his defense is bad, and Demar's just kind of like a salary dump. So I
Okay,
mean,
so I guess yeah, I do see why you would do
yeah.
that trade.
Um,
But if you're the Suns, what would you? I don't know if you're the Suns. I feel like you could get more than that.
yeah, I agree there. I think you could get more than that. It's just tough being
Maybe replace DeMar with another first round pick. But then again, I don't think the salaries would match because I
yeah,
know you have to make the salaries match.
yeah. Let's see here. Vivek must approve. DSC. That is true. He needs his hands all over every move.
So
Um,
Vivek, is he very involved in the decision making for you
Yeah,
guys?
he's. I mean, it's tough because like some moves he is, some moves he isn't. Like, and you can kind of tell which ones that they are. Like, I think the Devin Carter was a Monty McNair for sure move. Um, I think not a lot of people wanted Devin Carter, but the Kings still got him in. I think like the firing of Mike Brown. I think a lot of people think that's a Vivek move. Just kind of like you're 6 games under 500, and you just need to make a move to make it. And if it was, and I think a lot of people would agree that Vivek was the one behind that. But we got to give him props too. You can't do both ways, right? I mean, it's been working
Right.
out with Doug Christie. We were 20-11 with him, compared to 13-19 with Mike Brown. So
So do you think Monty McNair had any input on firing Mike Brown?
Uh, I mean, he says it's his call, but nobody believes it. People
Yeah.
think,
So you think Vivek's probably more involved in like the front office decisions, whereas the personnel, maybe like the drafting, is more
yeah,
Monty McNair.
drafting and trades and stuff like that.
Drafting and trades is more Monty McNair.
Yeah, and even then, like we don't know if like Zach Levine was what Vivek wanted to stay relevant and stuff like that. We don't know.
That's true. That's true. The
Um,
owners do tend to want to avoid. Well, usually
to
GMs
get
too,
worse.
because the GMs, I don't know, it depends. A lot of the time if they're tanking, they they either get reaffirming from their owner that this is what we're doing, so it could
Mhm,
buy them a couple more years. But then on the other hand, on the flip side, you could also be worried for your job if you're doing so poorly.
mhm. I'm trying to do this live as well. I'm trying to get a trade going for Zion
Yeah,
Flores.
let's do it, man.
I
DSC
don't.
saying food is it's a bonus for Zion. I don't think that's gonna. The Pelicans are doing that
No,
for us.
yeah, I don't.
DSC is also saying the food has helped during sack. I don't know.
That's true.
Food scene in sack's pretty good though. No,
Yeah, we got good food scene.
they got good, but it's not.
Farm.
It's not as unhealthy as New Orleans. Everything over there is fried.
Yeah. Um, they got a lot. I think he. I don't know if he'd like the food here, to be honest, because it's like more like
Oh,
I
come
feel like he
on.
likes soul food or something.
You think he likes that soul food? Oh, wherever you're talking about Zion's diet, man.
This
I
is what
think
it's
I
come
think he'll
down
be
to on
fine in
Friday.
back. I think he'll like the food here. He's in the best shape.
Yeah,
He's in the best shape I've seen him in since he was at Duke. Man, he'll be fine in sack. I think there's enough options to keep him happy.
yeah. Um, let's see here. While I do this,
Alex Swan has a question.
Alex Swan, my guy, is Doug the long-term solution? Uh, All right, so it I made a bet with another with Rhino from the show. If you don't like that, and I said in January that Doug Christie's going to be the coach next year, and I kind of got scared once Fox left, and then like I feel like the front office is going to get fired, and usually when the front office gets fired, a new coach comes in. But I think Vivek has his hands on the coach a little bit here, so I'm going to stick with my pick. I think he's going to be there next year, even with a new front office, which is crazy to say, but I just think so. And uh, but especially if we make playoffs. If we make playoffs, I think Christie's staying. It's no doubt.
What about
But
play in and then miss playoffs still?
play-in plus missed, it depends how we do it too, man. Like if it's just like barely he could stay. If it's like we lost like pretty bad, I think it's going to come down to how the playing games go. But is he a long time solution? Long term? I mean, we're 20-11,
Yeah, 2011 since Mike Brown got fired, right?
right? And with all this drama with De'Aaron Fox, and I mean, I can't
That's
hate on
it.
what he's doing. I would give him another year. I don't know if he'd be okay with just a 1 year extension, but um, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's really tough.
So
What do you think? What's your nickname for Doug Christie? I know you got a good nickname for him.
no, I think we might have to retire that nickname. But in the beginning, I did call him a little passion merchant. You know, he was running on the court, helping players up when they were falling. He was clapping. You remember that in the
Yeah,
beginning? In the
yeah.
beginning when he just started. But I think he's getting a little more X's and O's involved. I like the job he did against Jokic, like I mentioned the other day. He took a
Mhm.
took a page out of JJ Redick's playbook. I think you're right. I think he's gonna buy himself another year at least. And then I could see him getting fired next year if things go south ASAP. So
Right.
if I had a prediction to make, I would say he stays another year, but he gets fired next year because I think I know in soccer, we call it the new manager bounce.
Hmm.
So when a new manager comes in, usually a club will perform and get some wins, but after 10, 15 games, it goes stale. So then they're back to losing games and the coach gets fired and then uh, you need a long-term solution. So I think Doug Christie might be a new manager bounce type of coach right now, where
Hmm.
he's still new in the first 30 to 50 games, 20 and 11 and his first 31. But I don't see him as a long-term solution. No, if I had to, if I was a GM of the Kings, I would look for someone that could really be long-term and grow. But then again, I would also reset if I were the Kings. So I would blow it all up, starting, you know, from the players, from Lavine, DeRozan, Sabonis, and from the coach too, and maybe even the GM. So I would hit a hard reset, and that would include Doug Christie, in my opinion.
I got a trade here. It doesn't look great. The Pelicans are capped by the first apron, so it is tough to make trades with this. So, but I do want to just share
Yeah,
it
let's see. Let's
just
see the
to
Zion deal.
just to see what's going on here. Um, we got
Oh,
it's kind of a similar trade.
Jordan
Zion,
Hawkins. Jordan Hawkins is a sniper.
yeah, we need some shooting with Zion because Zion and Sabonis lineup is going to look ugly with shooting. Um, so that's going to be we need another shooter here. So it's just a bunch of picks. This is an overpay, by the way. This is a for sure overpay.
What do you
Uh,
mean? You think the Kings are overpaying?
yeah, I think the Kings are overpaying in this a little bit.
So it would be Malik Monk, JV, Keegan Murray, Devin Carter, a 27 and 29 first round pick for Jordan Hawkins and Zion Williamson. Chat, what do you think? Would you do that deal? If I'm the Kings, I do that deal.
Oh wow, you would do the deal. You think this is not an over? This is trading a bunch of
Actually, the
young
first
players.
round picks is what's making me
Yeah.
hesitate. That's the only thing that's making me hesitate.
So you would
Uh,
do well, if it's
I guess
one if it's
Keegan and Malik are the best players in that deal. Obviously, I would if you take out a first round pick, then I would do it. Take out maybe like the 2029 round one pick,
Mhm.
and I would do it. Yeah. Does that work out cap wise?
It's tough because the team's hard capped on the first apron, so it's got to be like almost exactly a count. So I don't want to
Okay.
do it on the spot and do all these numbers like crazy. But this is kind of something that's similar to what you would be getting,
Yeah, I would do
or
that
maybe
deal
giving
for
up.
Zion.
Yeah, I think there would be teams that would probably give a better deal, but this is probably the the most the Kings would want to give up. I don't even think the Kings would give up this much for
Why
Zion.
would the Pelicans do that?
I mean, they get like a bunch of players that play and stuff. Like Keegan's a solid first rounder. Devin Carter is like a up and coming Malik.
How old's
I
Malik?
think they'll get better deals though. So
Yeah, I think they would get better deals than that.
let's
It's
go
interesting,
to
though. Good deal. Malik is 27. He's still young, but yeah, let's go back to
some
the chat.
takes here. Predictions on top 6 teams from both conferences. Who will be 6th? I think it's gonna be in the West.
Standings.
Yeah, I'll share them right now.
Yeah, we'll bring up some here. Cody says no, thank you on the Zion deal.
Yeah,
saying that's a shit deal. Hey, I mean, it might be, but I'm the type to take a swing, man. I'm the type to take a swing for Zion. I think I'm just higher on Zion than most. I think it might be recency bias too with the way he's been playing recently. He got me back on that Zion hype. DSP saying he fears the coaching staff is unstable. Luke Loke's already bailed. I heard from one of the coach's spouses that they're pretty upset that DC got the job over everyone.
Yes. I mean, yeah, he wasn't even he was like the 4th in line to get the job. There was I forget the guy's name, but there's another assistant coach that should have been the first one to get the job.
Oh, really? See, I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah, they kind of that's why everyone thinks it's a Vivek move because he's kept Doug Christie like every year. And for the last like 4 years, he went through like the Luke Walton stuff like that, and like he's been on this team for a while, just sitting, kind of waiting. And I think Vivek said, "Hey, I think this is your shot now." And so,
oh, okay.
But yeah, let's just see here the conferences. Honestly, I think it's gonna be what it looks like now for the top 6. I'm trying not to. I think the 4 and 5 could switch, but that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think OKC will finish 1. I think LA will finish 2, and I think Denver will finish 3.
Yeah.
For me, the question is between 4 through 7.
Yeah.
I think the Warriors will finish top 6.
Yeah, same.
Will they catch up to Houston or Memphis is the question?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? You don't think there's enough games?
Yeah, I think 3 is a lot. With
20 games left. But the Warriors looked good. I think Minnesota. What about Minnesota? I think Minnesota can maybe jump. I don't know. Houston is kind of. What are they in the last 10? 5 and 5. Memphis is 3 and 7 in the last 10. They're kind of going. They're not really trending upwards, I would say. So my only thing is I could see Minnesota and Golden State, Memphis and Houston, sort of those 4 interchanging. But I will stick with this top 6. I'll stick with the top 6.
Yeah.
And I'll say Minnesota finishes 7.
I'm just gonna have see what the schedule, if anyone has any tough ones here. Memphis is 13th, Houston is 22. Minnesota has a very easy schedule with 27th. So Golden State, man, they were having an easy schedule, and now they're all the way up to 12th. I'm trying to see how many easy games they got: the Jazz, Pelicans, Sixers, Spurs, and then if we go to the
Minnesota has an easy schedule, yeah. Golden State 12.
Even the Phoenix one's not that easy. 2 Blazers is not that easy right now. Spurs, Pelicans. I'm still gonna go Golden State. I'm still going Golden State at 6.
Can I say where's Houston? Oh, Houston is pretty easy.
Yeah,
Memphis is.
So yeah, I think it's just gonna be the way it is.
Whoa! Look at Memphis' schedule. You think Memphis can't slip? Look, they play the Cavs, they play OKC, Boston, LA, Denver. But then again, their easy opponents are pretty easy. Like you said, Portland's tough. They play Miami twice.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I think Memphis could slip to 6 or 7.
Whoa!
Let me look at the standings real quick. I think I'll say Memphis slips.
Here's the standings. They are 1 game. I mean, dude, it's 4 games is so much to be a difference of.
But there's still 20 games left.
Yeah.
So 4 games is, well, let me see. 4 games in the loss column behind Golden State.
One team has to go like 15 and 5, the other one 10 and 10. You know, it's got to be kind of.
I'll say Yusuf finishes 4, Golden State 5, and Memphis 6.
Yeah. And let's see, DSC, he's backing you up a little bit. The Grizz are playing like trash lately.
Yeah, man. John Moran just hasn't been the same this year. It's been the Triple J show. So
And they barely won today against a depleted Dallas team.
yeah, Dallas. I mean, Desmond Bain went off 27 points, career high 16 rebounds.
I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm just
Triple
gonna
J
go
was
with the difference.
out this year. Cody saying,
Trent
what
Jackson.
is his injury? Let's see, is he out for a long time? I thought it was just more like a rest situation with him today.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Let me
too
look into
serious of
this.
an injury. Not that I've heard, but yeah, I'm gonna go with it's the same 6 right there. The only difference is 4. Maybe Memphis goes down to 5 and Houston 4. I'm gonna be writing this down as
Write it
as
down.
well.
We gotta stick to our. We gotta come back to this when the playoffs. So we gotta either give us props or
Yeah.
clown us for our terrible predictions.
But all right, so let's get to the East here. Same 6. I got
Number one
Cleveland
seed's
1,
locked up. Number one seed's
Boston
done.
2. Is Knicks
Boston
gonna
2.
go down a little bit? Are the Bucks gonna go move up to 2?
Oh, the Knicks is a good question with Jalen Brunson out the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. And we got to go to the schedule. I think the schedule thing is a big deal if it's a big difference. Milwaukee's got a tough schedule, and the Knicks, 50% to 54%.
The Knicks, bro. Look at the Knicks schedule though. It's a
They
little
got 2 Cavs at
cakewalky.
Boston.
It's a little cakewalky after that. After the Pistons.
Yeah,
I mean, you're playing Charlotte, Washington, Brooklyn, Philly, who we already said is pretty much thrown in the towel for the season.
hmm yeah.
Yeah,
It'll be close. I mean, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. I do. So yeah, I mean, just to start off, this is going to be the 6 here. Is whatever it is. I think this is going to be the
the 6 is
6.
locked. The 6
Yeah,
is
6
locked.
is
Top
locked.
6 in the East is locked. I don't see anyone in that 7 through 10 seeding
I see the
jumping.
only difference that's going to happen is the 3 or 4. That's the only one I see where there might be a switch. Is a 3 and 4. That's about it.
Oh, that's gonna ruin
That's
your
big.
hot
I
take of
know.
Milwaukee beating Cleveland in round 2. We might
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't.
revisit that hot take.
I like Boston too much. So if it's Boston Milwaukee, I can't let it happen.
You can't.
Uh,
Um,
but
I think, I think, I think New York. Man, they looked rough yesterday without Brunson, and then today they lost to the Clippers.
yeah,
So I think New York, like you said, might slip, and Milwaukee's been, like we said, having an underrated season. Giannis is having an
if you're
insane season, but no one's
if
talking
you're
about it for some
if you're
reason.
Milwaukee, do you want to play Boston in the second round?
Or Cleveland. That's the question, right?
Yeah.
So if they jump to 3, then they will play Cleveland in the second round.
If Milwaukee goes to the 3rd seed, they'll play Boston in the second round.
Man, does Milwaukee match up better against Boston or Cleveland? That's tough.
If I'm
Cleveland,
Milwaukee, I want to play Cleveland.
really?
I just don't. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe the Cleveland Magic.
Yeah,
That's just
you're kind of throwing water on the Cleveland fire, man. You've been doing that this past week.
yeah.
I think Cleveland's legit. I think they're the real deal. I don't know if Giannis wants to see Evan Mobley and Jared Allen
Jared
down
Allen.
there with the way he's been playing this year. Just bully
Yeah.
ball, taking
Evan
twos.
Mobley, Defensive Player of the Year,
I
potentially.
almost think that they might be a better matchup against Boston, but I think either way they would lose the series.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something that they should.
They're focusing or prioritizing.
Yeah, I don't think that's something they should focus on.
All right, guys. If you guys have any last questions, we'll do a last couple more here just to end it off. We're going a little long, but if anyone has any last streaming questions before we get off, we can talk about it. But man, it's been a great week with everyone supporting us, joining us, subscribing. If you guys can give a like and everything, that'd be great. Oh, and we got to give Bob Gay here a quick question. We forgot to answer his.
Oh yeah.
What's the max you are paying Ellis after his deal is up?
Good question.
I'm going the max I'll be giving him, man. I mean, hopefully I don't have to pay more than $12 million a year.
Yeah.
10 to
I was
12
gonna say
million.
that 12 to 15. Well, it depends how he does too. When does his contract up?
He's got this year. I mean, the rest of like 2 more month left, and then 1 more year after that.
So after next year, his contract's up.
Yeah.
It depends how he plays. It's too early. We'll also have to see how he
Yeah.
plays next year.
Right now,
More
I'm
than 12
12 and a
million.
half.
I would not
Yeah,
go more than 12 million.
yeah, 12 is the max. Give him a
What's
336,
the
something like that.
mid-level?
We're getting some quick ones here. Cody, who did Grant Napier? Yeah, he said De'Aaron Fox. De'Aaron Fox was that guy. Just to say this one real quick, DSC. I know I'm low on Cleveland,
What
and
I'm
they might
saying,
they
DSC,
might
call
make it
him
to the
out.
finals.
Call
They
him
might make
out.
it to the finals, but I think Boston is still the one. I think they're lollygagging a little bit of the season, and I think they'll still finish it out. But I do think if it's Cleveland versus the Knicks in the second round, I'm picking Cleveland.
Cleveland versus Milwaukee. You're picking Milwaukee, right?
Yeah.
Stick to your guns, man. That's
Cleveland.
That's a hot take right there.
Yeah, I got to do
that's a hot take.
We're here for the hot take, so I like the Bucks how they're playing, and their defense has gotten way better.
I think they've been. I agree. I think they've been underappreciated, especially Giannis. Like I said earlier, having a crazy season.
Alex Naff here said the Lakers are going to the NBA Finals.
I did. I said Lakers, Boston in the NBA Finals. I will stick with it. Lakers have looked good.
I respect that take a lot. The history repeats itself take. I think I'm going Lakers as the second round exit. I think if they're playing Denver,
so that means we'll lose to
Denver.
So you think Denver would okay?
It's gonna be it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be good. The West playoffs are gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I think Denver's playing way better, and Lakers just always match up against them. Just not great. So
yeah, because we don't have anyone that could really guard Jokic.
And you guys used to have Davis, and you guys couldn't match up well.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Well, he was also
okay. But the question is, did that last game against Denver change your mind a little bit? How they were fronting him and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's different in the regular season versus the playoffs. I think that in the playoffs they would make adjustments. Next game, Denver would, but the problem is I don't know if Denver has the shooters this season.
Yeah.
To really, really compete.
Kill them.
I do think that, like I said, JJ Redick staying up till 5 a.m., going all out. He treated that game like it was a game 7 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I do think that, whereas probably Michael Malone wasn't going that in depth to it, but playoffs are all about adjustments. So
right,
it would be a good series. It would be a 6 or 7 for sure.
Yeah, I think they've been getting swept by the Denver every time and stuff like that, and I don't think that's going to happen this time around. It will go 6 or 7. I think.
Well, that's true. We did the first time, but if you look at the stats of our series, it's always the point differential
close. It's close.
Every single game was close. The point differential at the end was close. So it's crazy that I think last year we lost in 5, and then the West Finals a few years ago we got swept. Obviously, that was when Jokic was hitting circus shots and stuff off. I'll never forget that. So
is JJ the X factor?
JJ, yeah, I do think JJ is gonna help much more than Darvin Ham. I mean, that's a big jump right there. So coach JJ and coach LeBron, I think they'll do a good job. But like I said, we don't have. I don't know if we have anyone to really stop Joker for in a 7-game series. Jackson Hayes has been playing well, but it's tough. We're playing Jamison over here, so he's getting a lot of minutes at center recently with Rui out. So the Rui injury is another big piece of it. So it's still early. I'll take the Lakers right now, but we'll see in the playoffs. That's going to be. Hopefully they do meet. That would be a crazy series.
Yeah, I got the OKC versus Denver pretty much in the Western Conference Finals, and then OKC winning that. So, we'll see what happens. But on that note, should we end it?
Any last questions? Any last questions before I end it here? It's been a good show.
Want to give it a subscribe.
When's our next show? The Kings play on
Sunday after the Clippers game, because that's a huge game. It's going to be at 9:30 p.m. On Sunday after the Clips game. That's going to be huge. Clippers are I was looking at it, 21-10 at home. They have actually a really good record at home. So it'll be a tough game.
They
and it's a
do. They've
big
been
game
slipping
because
recently without Norman Powell. So,
oh yeah, 8-9 seed. This is the 8-9 seed matchup actually right now. So
oh, okay.
it'll be a big game. I mean, Sunday at 6 o'clock is in the Intuit Dome.
Oh, it's in LA.
Yeah,
That will be a big game for
but
standings. So, getting to crunch
but
time
yeah,
here.
appreciate you guys. This is the NBA Guru Show. I'm Zach. This is Naf. Thanks for tuning in on this late Friday. Great having you guys supporting us, watching us, and we'll keep these coming.